National Weather Service says the EF0 touched down this afternoon just before 1 o'clock. We have team coverage tonight in Wolcott, and we begin with storm teammate meteorologist Sam Cantro. Hi, Sam.
Hey, Aaron. Well, here's the interesting thing. You know, I was watching the radar incredibly closely here, and, well, I would not have guessed that the damage that you see around me is what we actually ended up seeing. And when I saw the picture originally, I was a little bit suspect of the photo itself, but the National Weather Service told me that because of the high elevation that they have over here, that's why the broad area of circulation ended up dropping a tornado. And I could not believe the photo when I saw it. And the photo that I saw, and we actually have video that's going to be up on WXEdge.com in a little bit, was taken by Jay Dubinsky, who's one of our Weather Edge contributors. Jay, give me a quick idea about exactly what you saw over here.
Well, it was amazing. I was here across from the high school, looking over toward the west, and I saw the rotation beginning at cloud level, and then over the course of about a minute or two it lowered and became more intense, and just as it dropped behind the high school, you could see a little bit of debris coming up. Then it moved onto the ball fields here, and you could clearly see the circulation making contact with the ground, and then you could hear that freight train roar that's so synonymous with a tornado. And we watched it go right across the ball fields, into the tree line on the backside of the ball fields, and then out toward the public library.
And did you see much damage aside from what we're seeing over here? I remember before you said something to me about the location of where this ended up happening.
Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, if you're going to have a spot to see a tornado touch down in Wolcott, you probably couldn't have picked a better location. If you go a couple hundred yards to the north or south, you're in more populated areas. You have houses, you have a grocery store. This couldn't have really hit at a better point.
How shaky were you? How nervous were you when you shot this video?
I wanted to make sure that I was safe, number one, in my location, but I'm still shaking now 4 hours later having shot it.
And not only is he shaking, but I am shaking too. The video, I am not kidding, is one of the most unbelievable videos that I have ever seen. No joke. You're going to have to check it out. We're going to have it on WXEdge.com coming up in just a little bit. But not only was there damage out over here, Josh Scheinblum's in another location over there in Wolcott. Josh, what are you seeing out there where you are?
Sam, we're here over on Deer Run Drive, right off of Calco Drive. This is one of the hardest hit areas in Wolcott. Pretty much this is the scene throughout much of the street. Many limbs had fallen off of trees. We even saw one tree that had fallen over onto a family's camper, causing holes in their roof and completely totaling that vehicle. But probably the people who will be able to explain what's happened here the best are those who live in this neighborhood that have had to live this situation. I'm here with Jonathan and Jonathan Callahan. Let's start with the senior here. So tell me about your experience when you heard those high winds coming through the neighborhood.
Well, everything was clear, and then all of a sudden we just hear some high winds. The trees are moving back and forth, and this fog came through, you know, and everything just turned kind of white, and we didn't know what was going on, but it just came in and went right out pretty quickly. So.
You know, that's something we've heard from a lot of people, is it came just as fast as it all happened. Can you recall during your time living here in the area anything funny like this happening before? Not really.
There's a couple lightning strikes, but that's it.
Yeah. And Jonathan, I think we're talking to the younger Jonathan here. Are you doing okay, buddy? Was it a little scary?
No.
No? Well, certainly a lot of tough people here, like the Callahan family that live in this neighborhood. Now, this is a situation that we're going to continue to follow, as there is still lots of damage here to still clean up. So make sure you stay with us here on News 8. We're now going to send things over to meteorologist Justin Goldstein, who has more on this situation. Justin.
Josh, and everyone has been saying it's been on the ground very short amount of time, happened very quickly. It only traveled a distance on the ground of 100 yards. What does that mean to you? That's the length of a football field, or in baseball terms, hitting a home run at Fenway Park from home plate out to right field. That's about 300 yards, 300 feet, which is about 100 yards. Not a big distance at all. All right, Connecticut is quiet for now, but let me take you north of the border into Massachusetts. And there are severe thunderstorm warnings outside of Springfield and Holyoke. However, notice this icon here. It looks like a tornado. There is some rotation. This is moving towards the Connecticut border. If this goes into a warning and it crosses into Connecticut, we've got your back with wall-to-wall coverage. And what we saw earlier today, any storm can start to spin and twist.